So the way to get the last word is to put in the schedule, final thoughts for the day, and then put your name next to it. So, old MC trick right there. So I asked you earlier, how many people this was your first day in prison, and a bunch of people raised their hand. So I want to tell you that this is not a normal day in prison. The experience that you've just had and that we've all just shared together is not typical. And, it's not lost on us that we're allowed to have these extraordinary moments. And sometimes we get, a little bit stuffy about it as the CLO because, well, we're the CLO. I mean, we've been doing this for a while, but we do appreciate the people that make this happen and have made this a part of the culture of Monroe. And so it's a very significant thing. There's a lot of folks who spent the day in prison today, and their day was nowhere near as encouraging or hopeful or thoughtful or bearable as ours was today. And so I don't want to close out the day without having given a thought to those folks, that there's a lot of people languishing in prison today that are in a lot worse spot than we are. One of the things that the CLO is really committed to is this idea of putting out narratives that we hope will have a powerful impact on this discussion. So this is our fourth series, our fourth event in this series, Breaking the Life Cycle. And it's something that we're going to just continue to build upon, but we want to let you know that those other pieces are out there, that you can take your program and you can see where to find those things, but they're out there. We have wonderful folks that come in and do the video work for us. Catherine and Massimo, we were so appreciative of that. But we want to be part of that discussion, and that's all that a person in prison sometimes can ask for, is that opportunity to have a voice. And so we want to thank you today for having given us that voice, and for having been a part of our day and our life in prison. The reason why we're called concerned lifers is because we care about the people who we are doing time with. We also care about the people, and this is going to come as a surprise to some, but we also care about the people who are working here and doing time with us. And we care about the folks that are on their way here, that are sitting somewhere right now in a county jail, having just gone through an extraordinary traumatic experience. And one of these Mondays are going to show up here. And so we have an opportunity to be people of influence, to be people who change maybe the path that somebody takes. And that in of itself is also important. There's kind of a line of thought out there that this is the course, and that we're beyond change, that the sides are so divided, and there's so much division in this country right now that we're never going to come together. But I think days like this puts the lie to that statement. I think that there is great hope, and I think there is great opportunity for us to do some significant things. And what better place than Washington State for that to happen? No offense to California, you got your stuff. We know. Sunshine and all that stuff. Lousy sports teams. But Washington is, we've already got so much going for us here. We've already got great things happening. That what if we made it our mission? What if we left here today and said, man, or those of you who are leaving here today, I guess, but what if we left here and said, man, I want to be a part of making Washington State the place that changes the way we do incarceration in the United States, that becomes the model for doing something that's more effective, that's more impactful, that does reconcile communities? What if we said, listen, we want to pour everything we can into resources like education, the things that we know are working, sustainability programs. We know these things are working, and we have the beginnings, we have the seeds for all of that right here. Right in this room, there are people who have started tremendous programs in Washington State that are doing work that is causing other states and other places to call and say and write and say, man, what is it that you're doing in those prisons up there in Washington? So what if we really just decided, listen, there's nothing that can prevent us from going all the way. We don't have to have status quo. What if we just said we can go all the way, we can make all the changes needed, and Washington can be the place that happens? What if we got everybody on the same page? I think it could happen. I don't know if it will, but I believe it will. So that's it. We're going to give a little bit of time here at the end. We have some people here today that we'd really like you folks to network with each other. So we're going to give 5 or 7 minutes here for you to get to know each other. So I know there's folks from the LSJ here. We have legislators here. We have Kim Boguki here. We have different folks that are doing different things that are really important. We have folks from UBB and LSJ, a whole bunch of folks. So get to know each other a little bit as we close things up here. And we'll see you again next year. Thanks.